Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难.
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都很难
It's just complicated. So much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin. Today with me, Mr. Tony Reid in the studio. Hi, Tony.
How's it going, everyone? And Niuniu, of course.
For today, actually, we have a theme of meeting. Meeting is going to be the theme of today. So do you know how to say meeting in Chinese?
会, I forget. 会.
Actually, 会 works.
会 works, right?
会 works because
Okay.
会议 is meeting, but 会 is, I'll say, you can understand it as 会 is a meeting, whereas 议 is discuss. So when you put them together,
会议
it's more comprehensive. It's a two-syllable word, which people like, and which is very.
So they
let's
don't like
say,
one-syllable
common.
words or
I think
three-syllable words?
For modern Chinese, two-syllable words or words that are more than two syllables are more easy to understand, and you put them in context because we know there are not many sounds in the Chinese language. We have the
And you got to get the tones just right, otherwise
Yes.
people don't understand.
But even with the tones, you still have a lot of words with similar tones, with similar pronunciations, and that pose a challenge to people.
Hence my frustration. Yes.
Which is why if you have two-syllable words, you would have longer sentences and you combine the hints you got from the two-syllable words and from the context, it's easier to understand.
Okay.
So yes, we like two-syllable words a little bit more. So 会议, that's meeting.
会议.
And today we're going to talk about meetings. I think it's very practical because it is really hard for anybody to dodge meeting entirely, which makes knowing how to say meetings and knowing certain vocabularies revolving meeting very important.
Yeah.
So for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grips with the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, CRI Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you some free Chinese for takeaway. 今天下午开例会吗？是的，而且这周轮到我分享了，很期待呢。我一定会做好会议记录的。我还准备了 PPT， 现在就考给你。You're laughing again every time when I finish reading the conversation.
Who talks like that?
Yeah, that's the thing. When I started learning English, I realized that you people talk really fast.
Yeah, we put there's no spaces in the
put
words.
things
It's just-
together.
yeah.
But my way through that stage was to make sure I pronounce every syllable correctly, and when I put them together, they round together quite smoothly. It takes practice.
Yes.
So you gotta know how to pronounce each and single word correctly, and then you put them together, and it'll go easier and easier every day.
Yeah, I should be taking notes instead of laughing because my tones are pretty bad. So, but this dialogue is mainly about a conversation that two people have when they're about to have a meeting or, talking about what they need to contribute to the meeting, right?
Yes. So let's get started with the first sentence.
Sure.
今天下午开例会吗？
So this is there a regular meeting or a scheduled meeting this afternoon, right?
Yes.
So 今天 is today. 下午 is afternoon.
Yep.
开, is this indicating if something is there or not?
开 in itself, you might understand it as open.
Okay.
So 开门 open the door.
开门 open the yeah.
And turn on 开灯 turn on the light.
Okay.
So 开门开灯开 would be open something, turn on something, and in this case start something. Or yes, 开例会 have the meeting. Commence the meeting.
例会, so this is the meeting, right?
例会, yes, we know 会 is meeting.
Yeah.
So you can say 开会 have a meeting. But 例会 itself, 例 carries the meaning of regular. Of something is there because of convention or because of rules or because of habits. So, for example, if you go to a restaurant, you would see sometimes 例汤 on the menu.
例汤.
Tang is soup.
Soup, yeah, right,
you know
right.
that one.
So regular soup, or the soup of the day.
Soup of the day. So 例汤. So it, like I said, is something, let's say, because of convention or ritual or habit, or it's just because of rules. So 例会 here, a regular meeting. I'm not really sure about your company, but for example, here we would have a regular meeting once a week to know.
Just once a week? I think it's every day. There's so many meetings.
Yes, because different apartment would have their regular meetings on different days of the week.
Every day.
So the meeting room is really occupied.
Occupied every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day.
Yes, but for our team, it's once a week. So in that week, you would know how the, let's say, different project is processing. You would learn something about different platforms as well. So 例会, regular meetings. 例会.
例会.
今天下午开例会吗? Is there a regular meeting this afternoon? 是的。而且这周轮到我分享了。
So this is, yes, it's my turn to contribute this week, right? So 是的 is yes. 而且
is a really good one. It's very useful because you can understand it as not only but also, that's the but also part, but also is the part where you add something, or let's say you contribute something to the sentence more.
So but or and.
But or and. It depends. If it's a not only but also situation, it is the but also part. And if it is the something something and something, that's the and part. So and also. You can say things like, 我喜欢做学汉语直播. I like doing live streams for the Learn Chinese team or the Learn Chinese page. 而且我很喜欢和大家交流. And I also enjoy talking to you guys via internet a lot.
Okay, so you don't say 和 here, you would just say 而且.
和 yeah, I think that's a really good question. If you're using 和, you're putting two things together mainly. But if you're using 而且, you can put two adjectives together. You can also put two sentences together even.
Okay.
So
而且.
We can say Tony 很帅, 而且声音很好听.
I heard the cool part at first, but the second part is I'm also what?
I said you look handsome and you also have great voice.
What is the difference between handsome and cool?
There's no specific... Are you asking me about English?
No. I'm in Chinese because I hear shuai, and shuai has, I think, a few meanings, right?
Yeah, it's... I think handsome is like 英俊, but it's a word with history. We don't really use that anymore. It's like a little bit outdated.
Dictionary word?
Yeah, dictionary word.
Right.
Oh, I like that expression. So we say 帅 mostly.
All right.
So 很帅, 而且声音很好听. You can see that in this sentence because we want to put two adjectives together, or if you think about the structure, it's almost like two sentences together. You have to use 而且, very important.
Cool. I think I'll actually remember that after this class. 而且, 这周. So this is this week, right?
This week.
And then 轮到.
轮到.
轮.
Yeah, 轮到.
轮到.
轮子 is a wheel. And if you have a group of people doing certain thing one after another, it's easy to imagine them on the wheel rotating, you know. So 轮到 here means it's one's turn. So 轮到你了, it's your turn. 轮到我了, it's my turn.
My turn. Also the turning of a wheel.
Turning of a wheel.
Okay. All right.
So 轮到 would be, if I say 轮到我了, I would say it's my turn.
Which is interesting. So you wouldn't say 我的轮到.
No, because 轮到 technically speaking is a verb. So 轮到我 would be it's turning to me.
Okay.
You can understand it like that. But the meaning is it's my turn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit different in English.
Yes.
And then 分享了.
分享
So 分享, this is contribute or share.
Share, 分享 precisely is share. If you take the two characters apart, 分 is to separate, to cut, and 享 is to enjoy. So you think of a cake, you cut the cake, 分, and enjoy the cake. So you share the cake.
Or a pizza.
分享
Yeah,
or pizza.
Pizza
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
分享 And of course, you in English, 分享 share. Or let's say the word 分享 in Chinese, it can be both a noun and a verb.
Oh.
So, for example, you tell kids, 你要学会分享. You should learn sharing. 你要学会分享. That's 分享, that's the noun. And you can also say, 我可以和你分享. I can share this with you.
Okay.
So 分享
What if you're ordering a kid to share? You just say share. How do you do that?
You don't do that in Chinese. Okay, so if you do that, I think in the Chinese language you'll be more specific. So you can say things like 你要和小朋友分享. You should share this with your other little friends, other kids, your fellow friends. You would also say 要和弟弟分享. You should share this with your brother.
Oh, Didi, brother.
Yeah, we are a little bit more specific in this context.
Okay.
So 分享 And then 很期待呢.
很期待呢. This is, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So 很 is very, and then 期待 is look forward.
Yes, 期待 look forward.
And then 呢 is just extra.
Little
there's
thing
so many
hanging around in the end of the sentence.
Pretty much.
Okay, so in this sentence, we do not have the word I in it. 我很期待呢. Of course, you can still say that. It's just in this conversation, it's self-explanatory.
Yeah, you don't need a
You don't
subject
need
here, right?
Yeah, so 很期待呢, and 期待 here is looking forward. You say it a lot in, let's say, with people you acquaintance, you just started to get to know, and you would say 期待你的光临. So I'm looking forward to your visit. You can also say 期待见面, looking forward to meet you in person. If you guys have been having virtual connection, talking to each other or writing emails, you can put at the end of the email saying 期待见面.
Question, can this be used in sarcasm?
I think
If there's something that you say that we should do and I really don't want to do it, can I say 很期待呢? Or 吧, 很期待吧.
很期待呢 to start with. It's supposed to be 很期待呢. And I don't hear it so often, but I think, technically speaking, you can say anything. You can use anything in sarcasm. So as long as you're using the right tone and you are making it very obvious. For example, you can say, I have to work 60 hours next week. Super excited. Looking forward to it. That is obvious.
Right.
Yeah,
okay, so it does work sarcastically.
It does work.
Okay.
Yeah, sarcastically.
Nice.
很期待呢, very looking forward to it. But I don't suggest you to do that. Hopefully in your life it's all rosy and beautiful and you don't have to be so sarcastic.
Yes.
Okay, that's 期待. And then, 我一定会做好会议记录的.
I will certainly record or take notes in the meeting, right?
Yes, so 我一定会做好会议记录的. I will certainly take notes of the meeting.
I eating is definitely or certainly. Hui, again, this is the meeting?
This is
no, it's
will.
not. This is will,
This
right?
is will.
And 做好 or do something,
Do
right?
good.
Do good.
Okay, so 做好 do good would be I will make sure it happens.
Also make
So,
sure.
我会做好记录. I will make good notes or make sure I make notes. 我会做好总结 I will make good summary. 我会做好准备 I will make good prepared. But you can see that both characters mean make good, but actually it means I will make sure something happens smoothly. Something happen.
会议 again is meeting.
Meeting, 会议 we see meeting. 会议 we say 例会. 例会 would be the regular meeting. And since we know 会 itself carries the meaning of meeting already, you can also say things like 周会, weekly meeting.
周会.
年会, yearly meeting. And sometimes 两会, the two meetings, or more specifically 2 sessions. So yes, that's 会议. 我会做好会议记录的记录.
记录, this is like record, right?
Yes, and 记录 is like the English word. You have record and record, and here 记录 can be both the noun and the verb. So 记录 Here 会议记录 is the minutes of the meeting or the notes of the meeting. And 记录 you can say to people 把这个记录下来 make notes of it, make sure or record it. I think when you're using recorded in English, sometimes you mean to keep a audio record of it.
Right.
But in Chinese, 记录 only carries the meaning of make notes of. If you want to record something, keep a audio record of something, it is supposed to be 录音.
录音.
录音, yes, it's no longer 记录.
Okay. Okay. All
我
right.
一定会做好会议记录的。我还准备了 PPT， 现在就考给你。
This is, I also have a PPT, so let me send it to you. So let's see if I can get this. 我还, so hi here is this will?
Is also.
Oh, also. 准备, this is like ready, right? Get ready, get something ready.
Get ready, prepare, yes.
Yeah, I'll get ready a PPT. 现在, this is now, right? 九 is then.
Yeah.
And then 考给你, 给你 means to give you.
To
right?
give you.
So here, 考 is this copy?
Yes.
Okay.
It's short for 拷贝.
Okay. So then I'll give you, right now, I'll give you a copy.
Yes. So here 准备, we know 准备 is prepare or get ready. And here it's prepare. And it's actually, it means I prepared a PPT. So I have it already. I have a
准备了.
准备了. So
okay.
If you want to ask people, do you have it? You can, of course, say 你有, you have something. Or you can also say 你准备了 something something 吗?
你准备了吗?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, if you say 你准备好了吗, that's are you ready? But if you 你准备稿子了吗, have you prepared your speech notes? Or do you have your speech already? So 准备, you can use it in that sense as well. And 拷贝 copy. You can hear the similarity in the pronunciations, right? 拷贝 copy.
拷贝 copy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
This is one of the words that are, I would say, introduced into the Chinese language.
Okay.
From let's say some other civilizations. We have 拷贝 copy. Previously, I think I shared the salad, 沙拉, and coffee, 咖啡.
Yeah.
So these are words that are introduced to Chinese, and you can still find the hints in the pronunciation of it. Which remind me that I have a question for our dear listeners. Can you name some other words in Chinese that are actually introduced from other cultures, other languages, and they share the similar pronunciation to their original language?
Wi-Fi.
Ooh, that is not... I think
that works. Yeah.
Wi-Fi is a little bit like
if I
PPT.
go any place in Beijing and I say 你有 Wi-Fi 吗? They all say yo.
Yes, but that is similar to PPT actually. That is, you use the word directly in Chinese and everyone understands you. So PPT stands for PowerPoint. I think if you prepared a presentation, you would have a PowerPoint helping you sometimes. And in Chinese, we say PPT a lot. So you can just use it directly. Okay. Everybody understands. Yes, so let me know if you can think of any words in the Chinese language that you can use directly, or you know the word and the word shares the similar pronunciation with let's say its English equivalent. Let me know in the comment area. And for Tony, do you think we can practice the conversation now?
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. 今天下午开例会吗？
是的，而且这周轮到我分享了。
很期待呢，我一定会做好会议记录的。
我还准备了 PPT， 现在就考给你。You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niuniu and Tony. We'd love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts by email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's learn more about the ongoing 2 sessions. 让我们来一起了解一下中国的两会。Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niuniu with Tony. So Tony, what do you know about the Chinese 两会? Since we've been talking about 会议 meetings, 例会 regular meetings, 周会 weekly meetings, 年会 annual meetings.
约会?
You don't really say 月会. I think 月会is a kind of 例会, right? Once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we don't have 月会.
Really?
Well, I'm not familiar with 约会.
Okay.
I think it's just too close to appointment. 约会. No, it's not the reason. It's just I'm not really sure about 约会, but 年会 for sure. And here, another very important concept would be 两会, the 2 sessions. Do you know what that is?
Well, yeah, it's the time where the government gets together and pushes forward some laws, and then I think the other session is where people make suggestions, where they would like to see some of these things come into play, may happen, may not. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yes, and for those of you who are taking notes, the 2 sessions is shorthand for the annual sessions of the National People's Congress. That's NPC. It's not a non-player character. It's National People's Congress,
Non-player
NPC.
character.
And the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. That's CPPCC. So NPC is for lawmaking, whereas CPPCC is the top political advisory body. That's their function. And in Chinese, we have short names for them too. We say 人大. So 人民代表大会, that's 人大. And we have 政协.
Isn't 人 person?
人, person, people. It's National People's
and
Congress.
And then 大
right?
is big, right?
大 is 大会. It's a major meeting, right?
Okay.
And we have 政治协商. 政治 is political. 协商 is consultative, but it's also like discussing and talking and communicating and 政治协商会议. So 政协, 人大和政协. And 人大和政协, that meeting or the 2 sessions is one of the most important political events here in China, as you can probably understand from now. And for this year, it's with special meaning. That is because the 14th 5-year plan is also going to be confirmed this year. So 14-5.
So I think that the 14th 5-year plan
14th 5-year
didn't make
plan.
any sense to me at all. So I think this is a plan they're supposed to I guess enact things that they want done in 5 years.
Yes.
Right?
So imagine it's for a family or for a company. You would have short-term plan, you would have long-term plan, and you also have, let's say, a plan for a period of time. So short-time plan, for example, we are going to go shopping next week. That's our short-term plan. We have a plan of going to a huge supermarket and stock a lot of stuff. That's for next week. But for example, for the coming year, we need to save some money for the kids to go to school. And for the long-term plan, perhaps after the kids off to college, mom and dad are going to do things like traveling the globe, and they need to make plans for that. Same goes with a company or for a country. The country would have a long-term plan. I think you can say that at a certain point in 100 years or 50 years, we would like to achieve a certain goal. And the 5-year plan, you can understand it as a intermediate level plan.
Okay.
That is, it's long enough to make actual changes because it's really hard to make changes to an entire country. You need small steps. But 5-year is long enough to make changes, yet it's not too short that you have very, very specific projects. So that is...
So 5-year plan, and there's been 14 of them.
There's
So
been
every
14
5
of them.
years they renew these plans.
Yes. So 这是第14个5年计划，145 That's shorthand for
Okay.
第14个5年计划。
That makes sense. And the 2 sessions is more of a short-term plan where we need to do this year.
Yes, adjust things.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, so I think previously when I was a kid, I didn't understand or let's say, I understood the importance of my family meetings, but I didn't quite understand the importance of having huge meetings with a lot of members. But gradually you realize more complicated and difficult and important an organization is a company, a society, a country, more let's say necessary it is to have huge meetings so that people would be again on the same page and understand where things are going.
Right.
So 两会, the 2 sessions. On top of NPC and the CPPCC, there are things like 提案 and 议案. You don't have to, let's say, master the using of these 2 words. Just remember, one is for suggestions, one is for bill or motion. So one is going to be law really soon, one is only in the form of an idea. And there are many fun, different, let's say, suggestions being
What kind of
proposed.
suggestions are people? I mean, I would like to know. I mean, there was the one where people would like to have half a day off. This is kind of a cool
suggestion.
Any
Another
others?
suggestion I recently read is that there is a suggestion saying that kids in primary school, so primary school students should stop having homework. but they would have longer school hours.
Oh, wow.
So now I think for primary school students, most of them would leave school around 3:30, which is quite early in the day. It is hard for the parents to pick them up. So people are putting forward a suggestion saying that, we should allow them to have no homework, instead of making all the homework schoolwork. So 不留作业 would be no homework. And it'll be nice if, they can stay in the school till around 7 o'clock in the evening. So they don't have to stay till 7
in the evening. So they get there at like 7:30, right? So they're almost there for 12 hours. It's a long time.
You don't have to, but
and there's so many tests these kids have to study for, especially here, in
So
China.
you're not a fan of that?
Well, I just don't think it's gonna fly, because it's like, I mean, you have to prepare for these examinations. Unless they're gonna like move these examinations out of the way, then maybe
they're not gonna move the examinations out of the
So
way.
you're
I
gonna
love examinations.
You're gonna have to have these homework, this homework to prepare for it. So
see, that's what meetings are for. You discuss, you propose different ideas, and you choose the one that's best for the country to use to serve the
not
people.
gonna fly in that one.
Maybe that's not a practical one for now. We'll see. That is just one example of the proposals put forward during the 2 sessions. If you want to know more, make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and 英语环球广播微博. And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niuniu with Tony here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at chinaplus.cri.cn and go to the column Podcast.
There are also many podcast platforms where you can find us, and that's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Stitcher. In case you'd like to listen to some previous shows and leave your thoughts, comments, and ratings.
感谢收听，我们下次再见。
再见。